Welcome, wonderful people, at Go Mode Podcast to week 6 of the Mentor Tournament Swiss rounds. Today we've got Sean, mentored by JohnSnuu, versus Bread-kun, mentored by VortexOfDoom. This is the winner takes all for the top seed of the Mentor Tournament. Moving on to take the top seed of the Gold Sword bracket and, champion of the Swiss rounds. My name is Lucien Greeth. I'm joined here by co-commentator VeXtopher and our tracker Andrew. How you doing tonight, Vex?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good myself. Glad we could get this restream up here. Kind of threw it together last minute, but I think the 5-0 match definitely deserves the restream. So we're making it happen.
Oh yeah, these are 5-0. They have won against every single challenge to come their way, and they've just got one match left to take home the top seed. So I was going to put a spotlight on some of the highest performing racers of the tournament.
Yeah, agreed. I think it's real good to get these guys going. This week, you want to tell us a little bit about the mode? It's a little different.
Yeah, we're just doing a standard seed this time around. So we started with Link's house. We'll do the full castle escape. Uncle's going to give us a handy weapon to kill a bunch of soldiers with. So we'll see what Uncle gives us. It could be something super simple like the sword. Could be something a little trickier like the Cane of Somalia or Birna. So we'll see what it gives us. All right, we are all synced up and we are off to the races.
Now we get a map check real fast on Sean's side. So I think I saw one red crystal and some regular crystals, but I'll admit I may have missed.
Yeah, we got a red crystal up on Hera and blue crystals at Eastern and Desert. Ooh, bombs. This could be spicy.
Hey, I will say this is by far the best initial escape I think that we could get is bombs for these runners. It's a fun thing. We'll see if any of them actually played some bomb escapes for practice because you can kind of tell sometimes when they have and when they haven't.
Yeah, bomb escape could be a statement.
Yeah, there is a thing too, and so say they would run out of bombs, which isn't necessarily uncommon. You do start with a new refill if you die in bomb escape when bomb is the standard thing. So there is a safety in there, so you can't soft lock yourself with no bombs.
Yeah, our benevolent Rando gods have deigned to bless us with more bombs.
Looks like Bread-kun most certainly has practiced some. Looks like Sean's got a strat as well. So there we go. Pearl in the first chest, though. Yeah, we're going to see Sean trailing just a little bit here, the amount of time it took to map check. So we'll gain that time back when we eventually decide to check our map here on Bread-kun's side. Probably later once we get into sync.
I'd honestly be questioning why my uncle is giving me a whole bunch of explosives to storm the castle with.
Oh, there's Sean already making up all that time with the good Keyguard 2 strat.
And how coincidental that our uncle had exactly enough bombs to fill out our inventory. Nope, Sean pulls a little bit ahead now.
Yeah, this has been a well-practiced bomb escape from Sean. You could tell that Bread-kun also had practiced bomb escape and just missed the strat just by a little bit in and key guard 2. So both runners showing off that they have been working at this. And we got a blue goo and a moon pearl out of escape so far. So there's we got a little bit of a safety. That's no fun. Give them green mail, 3 hearts, make them go into Ice Palace. I'm ready.
Yeah, fighter sword cold stare. So imagine like the final game of the Mentor Swiss for the 5-0 runners just be a cruel plando.
That would be really mean. Now I will say, I mean, it looks like both runs were at least looks like we're looking for bombs or magic. I don't know. Yeah, maybe magic from that prize pack from the guards there. It looks like we did get a full magic pot on Bread-kun's side. But yeah, I do know for a fact that this escape, even though it is bombs, I know that some of the movement here and the pumping and everything on Sean's side that we're seeing, I know John and I and Aaron's nerd as well have been specifically working with people at NMG strats and stuff, just trying to get general execution better. And so like even Sean just dodging the snakes there, that's you can just tell he's put some time in an escape.
I keep telling John I'll get to work on NMG. I don't get around to it.
Yeah, I guess shout outs to the NMG League going on now. We're going to see, our very own Dante and some other people around the community going at it in the NMG League over the next couple of weeks, just for fun. So if you want to watch the vanilla game, that's also going on now. Oh, the key rat, the dreaded key rat, handled really well on Sean's side. A bomb key rat, one of the worst things. Take the just tank him. Both of them handling it well though.
Yeah, I like Bread-kun's approach, the just kamikaze.
Oh yeah, that's the correct way to do it. I don't know. The nice thing here is, both runners had enough bombs after the bomb escape to actually do the back of escape checks. And I think that is, good that we're not going to have any crazy divergence because someone didn't have enough bombs because they had a poor bomb escape. It's always nice that happened. Not that we got anything.
Yeah, definitely a very front-loaded escape. Moon Pearl and Blue Potion is like, yeah, whatever for the rest.
Yeah, we got a little bit of money, enough money for Bottle Merchant after Blind Side and stuff. And so we do have a discrepancy in bombs a little bit here in the book. Great. But we do have a little discrepancy in bombs here, and it could matter. The 3 bombs are going to get all of our CAC checks, except for maybe Race Game on Sean's side, but Bread-kun's going to have to discover some more bombs somewhere.
It's actually, Link picks up the hymnal for the Sanctuary.
We'll see if we get a lumber check here on Bread-kun's side. You got to remember, Bread-kun still does not check their map, right? So Bread-kun still got to do a map check at some point. Oh, the red rupee drop. The guards are in the variety 2, so the big prize pack. So they're on the 8 bomb drop now, actually, and so I would not be surprised if the mentor or Bread-kun themselves, one of them is almost certainly going to realize that pack is the the big variety 2 pack, and so 8 bomb drop is on the way. So I wouldn't be surprised if we kill some guards with bushes on Bread-kun's side to try to get the bombs.
Now, this came up in my Mentor tournament run. How big a fan are you, if you pick up the book in, say, Escape or Sanctuary, how big a fan are you of checking PED with that book early on?
I haven't done it, but I do know a lot of people will do it. And so it looks like we finally did. So it is red hair. Our tracker was already on top of that. And then regular crystals in Eastern and Desert. But yeah, no, I think it is a perfectly reasonable play. I don't know in the 5-0 match whether I would take the time. And so here, there's the 8 bomb drop that I was talking about. And so that's, I don't know if that was Vortex or Bread-kun, but heads up play for sure. So now we don't have a bomb discrepancy. We have it in the other direction. But here's a hook shot in blindside. Looks like hook shot and the red boomerang.
The superior boomerang.
I don't know. I think both boomerangs have their uses.
I think I'd probably lean a little heavily on the red boomerang for a couple rooms. Although I think the blue, if you're doing boomerang strats for GT Basement, isn't the blue boomerang better for that?
I mean, it's a little faster, and that's what you get in NMG. Well, in the NMG run, not any percent run. There's an ice rod, so no ice rod hunts today at least.
I'll see that ice rod is going to be necessary. Sometimes whenever I find ice rod early, it's because I don't need it. Nice.
That's true. We're probably gonna have a pendant TR.
So not anything pushing in any particular direction so far.
We get a little bit of money, so we're about 100 rupees off of Zora money. We don't have a glove yet, though. No flippers, so I don't think anybody's thinking about that. A little bit of health. That's pretty, standard CAC so far. I think nothing crazy.
I think maybe desert might be. I wonder if you go south to check the dam. I wonder if you take that book and gamble desert before heading east to Mini Moldorm.
So I know that John has been instructing, and I actually am a big fan of this as well, going Dan to Agina. However, I changed that thought process if I don't have a glove and fire for desert, because it might be better to single dip it, especially when it's a crystal. But we'll see what they do. I don't think it's a bad play either way. I think the odds of you getting a glove and possibly lamp or fire rod outweigh going to desert early with the book, but that's just me. We'll see what they decide to do. So we get just more money on the library.
Okay, so Sean is going to run the race. We'll see if Bread does a blind check or the scouts it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of scouting it without a sword, because it's just so slow to pick up the bushes. I don't know, it feels slow. It's not very much time. Looks like just some money. I might have grabbed those. I'd already spent the time. So I think we're both going to go to South Shore. I would be interested to see if we dam to Agina or if we go dam to South Shore with the hook shot. I mean, a lot of times with hook shot, when you can hook through that block, it's okay to go dam because it's faster. It's one trip instead of two. Looks like Vortex and Bread-kun are going to go over to South Shore without the dam, and so they are planning to loop that dam into desert. That may also be Sean's play here, but we'll see as soon as we exit the dam here. They just may have gotten dammed together because of that hook shot. We're gonna grab the money at least. Oh, we are going to desert first. All right.
Ooh, flippers.
Like a flippers, a sword, plenty of stuff over there in Mini Moldorm Cave. So I'm sure we'll get a ledge scout here. We probably go into desert, which not sure. Or we're gonna skip Ice Ride Cave for now, I think.
All right, so some nice early diversions. See what each of these two racers will end up with.
Just a little bit of money in Agina. You wouldn't scout the ledge yet, right? So you'd scout the ledge after, since you're gonna go into desert and see if you get stuff.
Yeah, so right now both players are chasing progression. Bread-kun's going through his flipper checks while Sean is chasing the book. So always a good idea to chase progression early on.
Yeah. Like I said, I think it's a perfectly reasonable play to leave desert for now. But say we get a glove and fire on Bread-kun's side somewhere else, then it's a little awkward. to come back to desert, especially if you end up having to walk. However, if you get both items in desert now, it's perfectly fine, right? You get to tell if it's boots locked. There's a couple of reasons that this play into desert is also okay. And so I actually don't think either play is bad. Skipping it, leaving it, and hoping for fire, or seeing it for boots locked. We're definitely not boots locked. At least not actually, or not technically, and now not even logically. So that small key is required logically. So if the small key is on the torch, even if you have access to the big key, you technically the boss is boots locked. But in this case, with the map there, it's not. So we didn't really get anything out of Ice Rod K. We got a shovel, actually, I guess. Wonder if we'll run over, probably check that right away. And then head over Dan to Agina.
That's like the
Or looks like we're going... I'm not sure. This is Saha. Into Eastern? Maybe into Eastern. At least Saha. Yeah, so it's, again, we skipped Desert, probably in the hopes of getting a clear of... In the hopes of clearing for fire in a glove. And so we're going to go ahead and play to that hope. We did just get a shield. Right, so that Quake Medallion is from the well, and we got a shield from Desert. I didn't see if we got both items. I think we just got the shield. Yeah.
No, we got 300 rupees from the
yeah, you're right.
chest.
No, you're right. So we did get both items, and so that's actually a great play into Desert, in that we now know that we don't have to worry about that until later, because it's just the boss.
And plus, I think once Sean gets his flippers here, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go straight to Zora.
Mitts, there's Dark World in Saha.
Yeah.
Yeah, we. I'd imagine we see Zora area from Sean with the money. We might see straight into the Dark World on Bread-kun side, though.
Got a very disagreeable Motorworm here.
All right, Sean going to pick up all those items that Brett already got. Looks like the shovel was actually in Mini Moldworm, and I just missed it. Let's see if we check Lumberjack while we're here. Probably not. Nope, we are. So this is probably the best time to do it. We got to walk up the... It looks like this is going to be a sequence break up the mountain, actually. From Bread-kun, which I really don't hate, given that we have all of Light and Dark Death Mountain other than Turtle Rock. I could not tell what that was.
Neither could I.
I think it was a piece of heart. I thought I saw the white rim, but I honestly didn't see it.
That's an eagle-eyed scout, if so.
Either that or I cropped the screen wrong. But I think I didn't, so. Oh, maybe I did.
But yeah, like you said, with Mountain, you've got, all of Death Mountain. Although Hera, can't get in the Hera. With no mirror and no hammer.
Yeah, it definitely didn't crop it wrong, though. All right, starting to look like either in Eastern Palace or in... Well, I guess anywhere, right? Because we've got Dark World access in Saha. So could be our mountain access. But we can full clear the mountain now, so that's why we're up here on Bread side. Other than Hera, obviously.
Yeah, we got Caesars, Martin, Radio of the Party 6. Welcome everyone to Week 6 of the Mentor Tournament, Swiss Rounds. We're about, say, ankle or knee deep into the final game between Sean and Bread-kun.
You know what, like, chat pointing out, I guess we totally missed the fact that we actually got both gloves in Saha's closet.
It's Saha's glove compartment.
Yeah, instead of a closet, this is a glove compartment. I like that. Love it. All right, so far, nothing out of the mountain. But these are the first 2 checks we're really going to make other than, boots on the mountain. That's a great sequence break.
That is going to pick up a lot of time for Bread-kun. Unless Sean picks up something nice here.
Not so much yet until they check Zora, right? And when they check Zora, that's going to be the biggest time gain because right now we've done most of the swimming. And so the boots haven't saved as much time. And if we go right up the mountain, then all of that's going to be backtracking. But we'll see. It looks like a bow as well on the mountain. This is a very profitable sequence break so far. We still have all of the dark side and spiral cave left.
I didn't catch it on Zora Ledge. Did you see it?
Bombs.
Okay.
So nothing needed.
All right. Is Zora gonna rob us?
Yes.
Yeah. There you go. Trade for 10% of what you just gave away.
So Sean here is gonna head on over to Saha's closet. That's all we've got left. Maybe the shovel first. So it looks like shovel first, and then we're gonna go over. We'll see what John and Sean decide to do with the double glove in Saha's closet. They may try to break the mountain too. I think that is a very reasonable play. But as you said, every check we do before boots here is a long check. It's costing us some time without the boots. So later when that shovel gets checked, it's probably gonna be a little bit faster for Bread-kun. There's our Dark World check. Green Turtle Rock, Pendant Pod, and Pendant Swamp.
Avoid Pendant Pod.
And then our red crystal is in Misery Mire.
Yeah, I believe that's what I saw.
So we'll see. Here's the big decision point for John and Sean is going to be after we get these gloves. Where are we going? Are we going to break the mountain for the boots, or are we going into the Dark World? There's the real question.
Got back-to-back boots checks, or glove checks.
Still don't know. Maybe we'll see a lumberjack check here. I would think. If we go up the mountain. But I think the mountain here is a really reasonable play. I think that with mitts and hookshot. And that's what we're going to see from Sean as well.
Yeah, I saw him edging up there.
Yeah, and so we didn't get anything off of Zora or any of our water checks. And so that's just some sunk time right now. They'll probably get that time back later. But there's the chance that we don't have to do Zora or anything, and we get all our go mode items. Look at this time. Man, the sequence break up the mountain has been really, really profitable with that hammer, even.
Yeah, that hammer.
Hammer, bow, boots up the mountain. And TR is Quake, so we already have access. And I totally missed Lumberjack again. Let's see. Yeah, 10 arrows, even worse. So I did see a small white line, I guess, earlier, but yeah, it's just 10 arrows, so nothing needed from Aga.
Unless you really, really, really want it.
Yeah. We're going to get Eastern Palace immediately, which I think this makes perfect sense, given that it is a crystal. The real question will be whether or not we decide to go Independent Pod. I think probably not. I mean, we've got a lot of stuff to do. But we'll see what Bread-kun decides after we finish Eastern Palace.
Yeah, I know we like to joke about Pendant Pod, but when you got this much on the table, it does not seem like a priority. So I'm trying to think, with this setup, Thieves Town's clearable.
Wait,
What's up?
Oh, never mind. I was just looking for the bug net or the mat. Or I was like, did we check that chest? Yeah, we definitely checked that chest. right. So.
Although as far as clearable dungeons goes, the only 2 clearable dungeons at the moment would be Beachtown and Pod.
Yep, and Eastern, obviously.
Oh yeah.
We're there now, but good quick bow strats there from Bread-kun in the Stalfos room. Another bottle. All right, there's another item. I think that was 2, so we still have to check this last thing. No gamble today from Bread-kun.
Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes I'm like, there's some gambles I'm super into making a lot, like say Hera Basement, which is always the wrong. Any choice I make on Hera Basement's the wrong choice. But I almost never, unless I'm in go mode, I never skip the backup Eastern.
Yeah, I'm with you. I hate that. I hate that gamble. Like I don't know why. It just feels real bad if you're wrong.
Like, well, but like I said, it's weird because, like, you know, using Hera Basement example, like Hera Basement also feels really bad if you're wrong. But I'm just throw caution to the wind for Hera Basement almost all the time.
So you know one question here, and this is I don't think this is a great play, but it wouldn't be the craziest play after you get into the Dark World here and you get your hammer. Do you go up and say, hey, I'm gonna go into Hera and get that red crystal in case I can, get Pyramid Fairy later, right? Once you get the access. I think no, because we don't have fire, but it would be spicy.
I'd say there are probably worse things you can do, but yeah, that would be a pretty spicy play.
Looks like we had a little bit of struggle, I guess, in the dark room at Eastern, and we didn't talk about it, but we made it through.
Yeah, in the end, that's all that matters. Oh yeah, something else to consider too is, all these items are out of logic, so we're still, whether it's a lamp or a flute, we're still looking for that Death Mountain access.
Yep, and it'll be interesting to see whether that's a flute or a lamp. Nothing was on the uncle. Having a little bit of struggle here with the Armos kill, so we're gonna have to kill it the slow, old-fashioned way. Got plenty of arrows. Taken care of. All right, about to pick up our hammer here on Sean's side. We've got the things that Sean has done that Bread has not. Just to describe the discrepancy, we've got all of the desert clear, and we've got all the Zora area. But we've got an Eastern finished here on Bread-kun's side. So it's one of those things where, we'll see who wins time in the end, right? If we never check Zora area, that's just time that Sean has to make up in execution if he wants to win. So I haven't hated either runner's route so far. And I really do like this save and quit into King's Tomb right away. Just to get the 2 boots checks out of the way. And so if something's on that powder, that's kind of a little bit out of the way for now for Bread-kun, because we're going to be able to just get to VOO from this route going left since we have the mids. And so we're not going to be in the dark world or in the light world to get bonk rocks unless we find the mirror. So these bonk rocks and King's Tomb checks are a little out of the way for Bread-kun for now.
Yeah, we'll see if maybe it. Sometimes you like to loop in bonk rocks, graveyard ledge, King's Tomb, etc. on a if you have a mirror.
Yeah, but without the mirror, until we find the mirror, they're pretty out of the way. And so Sean, given that we went ahead and checked those checks, we're gonna go all the way over, check powder, and I would assume we're gonna go ahead and go into Thieves Town here, and then take the route south and end at Pod, right? And so the way that this is gonna work out for them is that they're gonna probably run all the way over towards Pod, from the Thieves Town clear. We'll see whether or not they check the front of Skull, I would think. As we dig up a mushroom. Must be a truffle. Man, I've always wanted to do that.
I gotta assume the money's good in that, with how much truffles go for.
Yeah, right? You just sell that thing, man. Don't give it away. There's the Sank save and quit. And so here's, and we pick up the Smith, obviously. And that save and quit is probably just to turn the Smith in, as well as get King's Tomb and Block Rocks. And so actually this is kind of nice as well, routing-wise.
Yeah, pick up one extra check, because now Smith, unless Sean, I guess technically the same thing, picks up a mirror, turning that Smith's going to be a little bit awkward for Sean now.
See.
Oh,
we're gonna turn the mushroom right away. Well, we just got the powder, and so it's kind of free. So we don't have to worry about fake powdering or anything, and so I think this is fine.
All right, let's see what the going rate for truffles is in Hyrule.
What's the going rate? Probably a map. Oh, we can't get a map, obviously, but single arrow. Oh, it's a piece of heart. I guess we only kind of love truffles as the magic shop. So I did just see an item, I believe, in Skullwoods, just the one. I don't know if we've checked a stun prize yet. I don't think I've seen either runner, but got a lot of resources, so I don't think we need to worry about it. Thanks for subscribing, Confucius Prime, to the Go Mode Podcast channel. Much appreciated.
Yeah, and speaking to what Andrew is saying in chat, the service that this mentor tournament provides is invaluable to a lot of players who maybe feel intimidated to run with more experienced players, people who are just learning to play just a bit better. How many other gaming communities do you know of that offer this kind of event?
I think, I think a lot of the randomizer communities actually do offer something similar to this, but I do think that this one, hooking people up directly with mentors and going through a long Swiss process followed by a really like a best of 3 tournament separated by, tentative skill levels based on those Swiss tournaments like we do here. I think it's fairly unique, and I think we just do a really good job of it. Get the runners some accolades, get some, introduce them into some of the sub communities across, and I, as a former mentee myself, I feel like I've gotten good enough to, beat a lot of people now based on, a lot of what I learned in this mentor tournament. I still can't beat Gamachu, but someday maybe.
You split series with Andy this main tournament, didn't you?
Oh man, we don't want to talk about that series. I kind of blew 2 huge leads in the games I lost.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
You should go back and watch them. I really, 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 really screwed up. That's okay. Hey, Andy did really well in that tournament. I think he's in the bronze match coming up.
Yeah, here in about an hour and a half.
Oh, there we go, an hour and a half. There you go. So we've got 1 item in the back of Skullwoods left over. As both runners are actually just kind of high-fiving here in VOO, having done slightly different things. And I imagine both runners going to head straight into Thieves Town. I don't think we got anything off the Smith. Doesn't look like we have anything.
But yeah, just to finish my thought from earlier, just kind of what I was just saying is just that the experience this tournament provides is just invaluable, and it's just the fact that Herf, Timp, and Axial back in the day, and Dante now put this together with a group of volunteers is just it speaks to just how welcoming this community is.
Yeah, the podcast is also just an excellent resource if you want to, hear some of the fun jokes that happen. You get some really good information. There's been, episodes about commentary, episodes about, mentality and racing. There's just about everything you can think about playing the game. It's a fascinating listen. Another kind of, I would say, slightly less discussed part of the mentor tournament is that we've tried to get more crew involved in the community. And so if anybody had ever had hey, it'd be kind of fun to get in the commentary booth and try to, talk about the game. Maybe I don't like to play it so much, but I really love to talk about it. Or, I'm just a little nervous. It'd be nice to be hooked up with an experienced commentator. We try to give people the opportunity to do that, as well as restreaming. We've been setting up some restreamers, and we'll continue to do that. I think even after the tournament concludes, if people want to learn, I know I'll still be willing to help with some of that.
Just have a restream mentor tournament where just people restream each other.
Who sets up the best restream? As we're both in Thieves Town here. We've got that Eastern Palace clear up from Bread-kun. And I see the quick NMG strats here from Bread-kun as well. So, I mean, these runners, execution-wise, there's not that big of a gap, if any.
I need to practice NMG. I need to play NMG. I'm also in like 3 tournaments right now. I've got no time.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I started doing NMG mostly because I felt like I hit a wall just doing Rando as far as how I was improving, because I improved so quickly with the mentor tournament, and then I kind of started hitting a wall, and I figured maybe NMG is the best way to get a little better faster, and I think it worked. But yeah, it's a different kind of run for sure. So we do get a small key. Got to go over here, check the big chest in Thieves Town. We're getting blocked by that stupid Zizak. A fire rod in the Thieves Town big chest. So we can immediately go over back to Skull Woods, which is unfortunate actually for Sean, but fairly fortunate for Bread-kun. As we've already done the South Dark World checks on Bread-kun's side, we're gonna go up to Skull Woods anyways. Now we can just clear it. And John and Sean have to make the choice now to do the South Dark World checks, dig games, Smith stuff, all that kind of stuff, or go get that last item and clear Skull Woods. I'm not really even sure what I would do. So here's the blind script from Sean. I would imagine that we're going to know this pretty well. It looks like yes. It's a pretty good blind script.
Yeah, so you want to go north or south. Like, I guess, common wisdom would tell you, A, B, C, D. Always be clearing crystal dungeons, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, one item in the bag of Skull. You might want to wrap it in with Ped and Mirror later, but I think I would probably clear it and then just take the south route left and pick up the Smith and then do it that way. But they're gonna go south, which I think is a perfectly reasonable play. I imagine we grab the Smith actually from their side before, because we're gonna have to come back here to clear Skull Woods after we do over to Hype Cave. That seems like the play that they'll make, but we'll find out. Look at that, the good game knowledge there. Both runners spin speeding off the Thieves Town stairs into the dungeon.
Yeah, see, that's kind of heads up stuff you get once you just do this long enough, and that's what the mentors provide. You know, you got people who do play this game a lot, know a lot of the ins and outs. Giving away trade secrets.
So this is we'll see if we take this into pod. I mean, that would be a pretty spicy play. Yeah, so we're gonna see that second item after we do the back, and then we'll come back for the front. I think Bread-kun side. And since we're doing the back first, we'll come back. We'll probably check Bumper Ledge and then go all the way over to Catfish. I think. With the flippers, but you know, we'll see what Vortex and Bread-kun decide to do.
At this point, we're just, I guess we're Flute and Kane away from go mode.
Yeah, I mean, you might not need the mirror. That Quake, you know, actually very well could come into play, given that, you know, the thought may have been from Vortex and Bread-kun to skip the dam for a little bit and try to get it wrapped in with Swamp, but since Swamp's pinned it, we may not see the mirror until we may not see the mirror until GT, right? And so we may never have a reason really to go back towards the dam, except for with Purple Chest, right? And so where are we going here? Sean, we're gonna take the portal over into Ice Palace. This is Ice. What? This is gonna be portal into Ice Palace, I think, from Sean and John.
I get heads up play that you take the whirlpool in reverse. Usually don't see it too often.
This is actually a pretty crazy play. Like if they get some good stuff in here, you know, say they find Kane in Ice Palace, or they find, I mean, Kane in Ice Palace would actually be huge because they know that they have access to TR, and can full clear it, and so this play's pretty good. Kaneless Ice may also be a time loss, right? If we do find Kane somewhere. Fighter Sword Moth coming here. We do have half magic. That makes this fight a little bit easier for Bread-kun. Plenty of health as well. Blue mail. It's not too scary of a fight, I would think.
Yeah, that and the blue potion. So it would have to go. Yeah, it's good.
Looks like that other item is under the bridge. Oh, we already got the under the bridge, didn't we?
I believe so.
I guess it was nothing.
Yeah, I was like we were saying earlier. Like, I really like the heads up play to immediately take that mushroom turn into Ice Palace.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely interesting. I mean, it's not something a lot of people would do. So, you know, something here could give you a pretty big advantage sitting on Fighter Sword like we are. And without the Kane, you know, like I said, Kane here would actually be ideal, right? Because you're going to think, man, this is a play. This is a pretty spicy play. Like, it's a play that not a lot of runners may make. And so, you know, you're going to feel pretty good about this when you finish this.
I think it's the big key under the bridge.
All right, Sean, I have a little bit of trouble with the Ice Palace bomb jump. Fighter Sword setup is a little different. You got to be even with the bomb. Nope, that's too far, Sean.
Oh yeah, that's tripped me up before.
There we go. That's right. Oh my God, he was right, and he screwed it up. We're gonna skip the IPBJ. Looks like unfortunate.
Oh, we're getting a vanilla Ice Palace run.
Yeah. We had the setup. I don't know. John should have been able to talk him through that. So I'll have to give him grief after. Yeah, and so as expected, Vortex and Bread-kun gonna finish that Skullwoods play, get both items, and oh, maybe not. Maybe we're gonna grab Purple Chest and take it over, or just maybe just save and quit and leave Catfish. We didn't do C-save house.
Yeah, well, what has Catfish ever done for anyone except ruin a lot of my games?
Yes, this is gonna be Hammer Pegs, Purple Chest. Yeah, so Sean may want to. There's a Master Sword. That's kind of useful on Hammer Bags. Sean may want to actually powder the Anti-Fairy under the block there, or the Bunny Beam under the block. A little low on hearts. We do have the powder, so.
How many items have we picked up from Ice Palace so far? Is it one?
I'm not sure. I think none. Maybe 0. I think the first item was a key, right? A small key. No, we got one. It might have been a dungeon item, though. I wasn't really paying too close of attention. Here's where this becomes unfortunate, right? Is because we can't get the big chest. We got to go get iced tea for the big key. Yeah, we got 10 arrows, so we have one item at Ice Palace. I don't think that would have been my choice of Anti-Fairy.
Yeah, that ice physics just make it difficult to catch.
Ooh, and we really probably want to go out the other door.
Gotta be a little careful here. Nice juke on that fire bar.
Yeah, so here's the desert play. We're gonna be able to clear this on Bread-kun's side. So this is Purple Chest into desert. But we did get the dam, so we do have that. Here we get the big chest. And the flute, so that could be pretty big. We'll see what that leads to, right? Now Sean's gonna have a little bit of trouble here. We actually have to go. We gotta get this Anti-Fairy powdered first off. But we have to go back up after we hit the switch here. We don't have a cane. Vanilla Ice Palace, everyone. It's not really fun. There we go. We get that Bunny Beam.
Yeah, I remember I used to be the admin for a Zelda site back in the 2000s. I remember I found the old archive of it. I found a lot of my old rantings and ravings about Ice Palace.
Yeah, given that we've used all our keys, Gamachu astutely pointing out that I think we are cane locked. I don't think we are actually. Are we? Because we can always get back. We just did it vanilla, and we don't have the cane. So I don't think we are logically cane locked. Maybe I'm full of crap. So we're just gonna leave. We're done. We're gonna take that flute and go. We're confused on Vanilla Ice Palace. Understandable. Gotta get that GDO pack in. Get that GDO pack practice in. Glitchless Dungeon Order.
Oh no.
So we're gonna activate the flute. I bet we check the mire area right away. Unless we decide to go to Skullwoods. Again, cane in the mire area. Mirror in the mire area. Those would be pretty big. I think cane would be the biggest thing that could be in the Mire area, because that would officially be go mode for Sean and John. And so they're really banking, you know. I think Kane in the Mire area would be crazy. Yeah, no, Gamma's completely right. It is Kane locked.
I say not with that attitude.
Oh, we do need Bombos, actually. That's a... I forgot that we need a medallion to clear Mire. We don't even need the TR medallion, necessarily. And just 10 arrows, and so in Mire area coming up empty. So that flute necessary now, not necessarily gonna lead us anywhere.
And so that's... So, sorry.
I was gonna say, we know we're not getting any items out of desert here, so we know this is already cleared. Going back up the going into Eastern Palace, so this is gonna catch up a little bit here on dungeons.
So that means lamp is the logical access for.
Nope.
No, because never mind. That was not the hammer part.
Yeah, I was gonna say that big chest. I think is in. I think the big chest actually is in logic, right? Because it's available with nothing.
Yeah, I was wrong.
Very annoyingly available with nothing, and so technically that flute could be our logical mountain access. But we'll see what the lamp is.
Yeah, so that's some pretty sick logic.
It's gross. And, you know, actually, given that the big key was there, technically Eastern boss is in logic, because of where the big key is. With the fire up. Fun note.
Yeah, so from going forward, if Bread-kun decides to hold off on Ice Palace until...
That's a negative.
What's that?
Ice Palace. I think this is probably going to be water checks into Ice Palace.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
But we'll see. May just be water checks.
Now, having that Master Sword, though, doing that PPJ will be the more conventional setup.
Yeah, just set it up with the boot dash into the hammer dash. The dash turn into the hammer dash, man. The good setup. You don't care what your sword says.
Just hover the Ice Palace bomb jump.
I think John does that in his NG. No gamble on Sean's side either. So here's a little bit of time we're going to pick up for sure with the boots. Like, this is much faster with boots. This Zora area. You know, fun fact that I had recently just learned, Zoras in the Zora area in general, actually Zoras in general have 100% drop rate, no matter what prize pack they're in. So even in the vanilla game, they always drop bombs, 100%. And so if you know that they're in a good prize pack, you can exploit that drop rate.
So Bread finds out that the Waterfall Fairy is giving out free blue potions, so good to have, especially if they're about to go to Cold Stare.
Not with this route. This is going to probably be Pyramid Catfish. Maybe Pyramid Pod. We're going to pick up a lot. I say pick up. We're going to be feeling pretty good if we can avoid Smith Chain from Sean and John's side, right? Because that takes a lot of time. And we did the whole thing on Bread-kun's side. Maybe that's some of the time, you know, we can get back. But right now it looks like we're looking like we're ahead on Bread-kun's side. But that flute, you know, if we end up in, well, I guess depends on when they find Kane, right? And so that's saying something. But at least we know we can go mode Turtle Rock. Unless we don't find Bombos. I guess we need Bombos, so that could just be anywhere except for Mire, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah, we closed the door on the Ice Sword hunt just to have a possible Bombos hunt.
Yeah, with Green Pendant available, with you know, no mirror, so that's nice. It's nice until you find it. I think finding the mirror right now is actually really bad. So this is gonna be a pod play.
Can I speak some evil into the world?
You can.
Mirror on Green Pen and turn in for Bombos in Mimic Cave.
Yeah, see, that's not good. You should not speak of these things. Unlikely. Very, very, very unlikely. So here we're gonna catch up on dungeons a little bit on Sean's side. It looks like we're gonna get we're gonna miss that sword until we do go over and do hammer pegs into Smith Chain. However, I'd imagine here in Pod we're gonna either find Kane or Mirror. It's kind of our densest location left here.
Well, welcome, Amerith, rating with a party of 7. Welcome to Game 6 of the Swiss rounds, or Week 6.
There's also Hera that's available for the runners. That's a thing we can do. It's really annoying, but we can do it.
Yeah, Hera is just in a weird position right now. Especially without that mirror. If you had the mirror, then Hera's not too bad, but Hera's just in a really awkward position.
Yeah, in this seed specifically, when you secret break the mountain like we did, I think, which was obviously the right play, but I would have considered actually running up to Hera without the fire, but with the fire rod even now, I don't know. Hera's kind of isolated, which is unfortunate. So there's 2 items up there that are just meh. 3 with Ether Tablet, right? Because we know we have a sword available.
Yeah. 4, well, if you want to loop in Spike Cave from Hera.
No, we don't have a logical Spike Cave. Without any invulnerability. We can definitely sequence break it with a fairy in a bottle, and I think we got somewhere.
I could have sworn we had Birna at some point. So, nope. I'm crazy, is all.
Nothing out of Pod yet. I think,
Yeah, but we're about to get to the meat of Pod, so we'll see what's in the back half.
Oh. There's that Bombos. So that's Meyer access out of Pod.
That's not my theory.
I think this is Hera. So this is going to be a Hera play for John and them. And so John and Sean are going to go do this Hera play. I think this is a reasonable play. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually hit go mode in Pod, though, with that Kane. So if Kane is in Hera, that is really, really bad news for John and Sean, because that's going to send them into TR. And them going into TR would be very bad, considering, Bombos is just sitting available. And Kane is going to push Bread-kun straight into the mire area or into ice. Probably skipping TR completely.
Yeah, we'll see where this comes out. Also bad if either one of them is... Never mind, just money.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. Now, Mir and Hera would not be bad. Mir and Hera that leads to Kane would actually be okay. I think you do clear this, and then you sequence break Spike Cave for John and Sean.
Yes, outside that bomb house, not a whole lot to pod so far.
Are we gonna kill the boss? No, it's the map, so we are sure not going to kill the boss.
Nice heads up play to check the menu real quick.
Yeah, I'll do that still. I feel like you don't lose enough time for that to really screw you. This is gonna be a shovel check. We haven't done that yet on Bread-kun's side.
Yeah, even if it is a time loss, it's not as much time as marching all the way to Helma.
That's right. We're gonna Bread-kun of Doom and Sean John.
I like that.
That's good. That's good. We're gonna. It's their what do they call that? Their couples names. There is an item in the basement, or the big chest. I wasn't actually focused. Did we see the big key? No, we got the small key. I know, but I don't think we saw the big key.
So maybe big keys on the big chest, or the item is on big chest.
Yeah. I don't think we saw the big chest, so I think that's where the item is. So here's the ice. This is gonna lead us to our flute here. Now, you know, unfortunately, again, if Kane of Samaria is what's in the Hera Big, or even on Spike Cave, Spike Cave not as bad. But because at least there's a chance we don't do Turtle Rock. But Kane here in Hera would be pretty bad, because I don't see a world where they decide to skip out on Turtle Rock if they get this Kane of Samaria.
Yeah, because I'm superstitious in the sense that if I pick up an item for dungeon access right outside the dungeon, I always tend to take that as a sign. It never works, but that's my flawed thinking.
Maybe you should take it as a sign that it never works.
But what if it does the one time I choose not to do it?
Yeah, so this Hera actually really stinks without the mirror, because we gotta walk out of the tile room, walk back up the stairs. It's pretty terrible.
You gotta reset the switch. Oh no, he's got boomerang.
Thought about it, decided no. Got a spin speed set up, I guess. Oh no, soft locked. Oh, fixed it.
Whew.
We could have soft locked. We actually had it, which is the best part. I'm a big fan of knowing both the spin speed setup and the bomb setup. Like, I don't know. I just think learn both.
Yeah, definitely, because obviously you're not going to do Hera palette without the hookshot in general, but you're not always going to be in the Hera with the Pegasus boots. Same thing as learning like Ice Pals, IPBJ, and the Icebreaker. You're not always going to be in Ice Palace with the Chaos Mario, so...
Yeah, it looks like no Kane there, so we're going to check. I'm sure we'll sequence break Spike Cave here. So Bread-kun did get that IPBJ, and so we will see the Cold Stair kill here. And so we're going to be up a couple of dungeons on Bread-kun's side. Once we get this flute. See, the best bet here for John and Sean is if Kane of Samaria is literally in Spike Cave, and then they go straight to pod to get bombos. And that is not the case. So we're not coming back up the mountain again, looks like, for Sean and John. I'd imagine this is going to be a play into Palace of Darkness. Next. We're starting to run out of checks, though. I don't think Cold Stair had an item. Did it? Cold Stair might have an item. Yeah, there was one on Cold.
Well, if Colster's got a progression, that is bad news.
Yeah. Yep.
Because, yeah, like I said, there's not a whole lot left between the two.
Yeah, I think Cold Stare's got our item here. Unfortunately. Kiki running away scared after Link gets hurt. No support for his protector.
This small stretch of game gets so much more tense when you only have like 110 rupees.
Yeah, there's no inconsistencies. You can always beat that guy, so it's like not really that scary.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just scary. I mean, I guess it's scary. It's just not crazy. I actually don't know that we can go. We have to go wrap around, right? We don't have a small. Oh yeah, this is fine. Fall down, get the big chest. So gonna get our flute. Be just Kane from Go mode. And probably gonna get Kane on. Well, we're Kane locked actually, right? On.
Well, you can push the block.
No, I know, but I mean logically, I think we're Kane locked. I think we decided in Ice Palace, right?
Yeah, Gamma gave us that one.
When Gamma's wrong, we can make fun of him.
Well, let's see what Colster's got for us.
Oh, we have Kane in Mire, right? Or Kane or something leading to Kane in Mire as a thing. Unless Mirror's on cold. No, it's a small key. We were Kane locked. See? Coldster didn't even have an item, guys. I was right all along.
We were wrong to doubt you. I'll never let it happen again.
So they're gonna know not to kill the boss here, and so we're coming in where it's getting a little bit closer. Now that cold stare kill though, it's like we're running solo on checks, and the mistake in Ice Palace is really gonna cost Sean.
Yeah, Ice Palace is one of the roughest dungeons to have an error in that forces you out. Yeah, so we're gonna have some form of vanilla Kane, it would seem. Or if the game wants to be cruel, Mirror and Mire for Kane and Swamp.
Oh, I mean, there's some pretty bad things that can happen unless there's a vanilla Kane. I imagine we're gonna have to leave Mire and get something else. What would really be bad is Mir and Kane in Mire. See, now that's mean. Because you could so easily just bail. We also don't have a lamp, which I find really funny. So we're gonna get our Mire information, and we may dip in. However, you know, having Hera still available, we may actually go up the mountain. I do not know what they're gonna do. What are they gonna do?
Yeah, I think Mire was one of the last dark rooms I learned during the Metro tournament last year. It's a tough one.
Yeah, so just as a FYI, Sean's tracker is a little bit off. Hera is complete. Ice is not. And we're good to go.
So I'm speaking purely the logic here, but what if we get we get Kane in Mizumire for Lamb in front of TR to logically finish Mizumire.
I mean, they don't care about logic. They're just gonna go.
Yeah, I'm speaking purely the logic.
I mean, it's possible. The randomizer does strange things sometimes, but making the correct call, Bread and Vortex, saying, you know, we got two possible items in Mire, and we've got 2 items up on the mountain in Dahara. We're looking for Canis Maria. You know, this is the play. And so here we are. Gonna get the progression leading to the next thing here. And just our route has been slightly more efficient. I think the desert clear is another thing we've got one-upping on Bread-kun's side. Obviously, that cold stare kill is kind of the biggest deal. Knowing it's an item, we do get to icebreaker it the second time through for Sean, but you know, that's still a little bit of time to get back in there. We're also short a sword from Sean. Haven't done Smith Chain, so we don't have the Hammer Peg Sword. And there's the Temper. So we will get Master Sword in here for Sean.
Ooh, skipping that magic refill.
Going back for it.
Alright, so there's our one item. I mean, it's got to be something here.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything left. So we will get something. Right side. Either this chest or the right side, we'll get something. I don't think there's anything left.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
We got fairy.
Okay. That's more fortunate. Oh, no, I don't think we've seen Catfish from either side yet. No, Sean did Catfish into Zora, didn't he?
No, we couldn't do Catfish into Zora. So Catfish is the other place that this item could be. So I guess we have Catfish.
Oh.
We're shaking hands with Carl. Carl is my good friend, Mr. Aaron Snurd's best friend. He's the whiz robe in the middle, the second room of Mire.
Okay.
We call him Carl.
Do you think him and Bob meet up in the break room?
I don't know, maybe. Bob and Carl, anti-fairy with the whiz robe. Forbidden love.
It's Catfish.
It sure is. This could be bad for, well, I say bad. We might go with the mountain and do Hera for Bread-kun. Sean and John are going to know that, you know, have we even checked Pyramid Ledge?
Yeah, it was a piece of heart.
That's right. We checked that on Vortex's side. We didn't go all the way to Catfish. We haven't checked Pyramid Ledge from Sean, right? And so that is an attractive play over top of Smith Chain on their end, right? And so they can say, hey, let's do Pyramid into Catfish. Check and see what those things are. They'll get their cane first. They're still going to have to finish Ice. They're still going to have to finish Desert. And they're still going to have to finish Mire. And so they're tracking behind, I think, in every way you look. Because there's no way that Bread-kun doesn't get to that cane fast enough to cover everything that Sean has to retrace his steps in. And so I think regardless of what happens at this point, and regardless of what happens, I think we're going to be a little bit ahead from Bread-kun, no matter what.
That's some of the way it's looking at the moment.
Yeah, so this is going to be Pyramid into Catfish. Right, and so we will get Arcane or Mirror first from John and Sean. However, they have a lot of dungeons to make up, and so it's going to depend on, you know, when we get there on Bread-kun's side, right? So Mirror would be bad. That would be very annoying for everybody. Mirror puts Ped in Logic. No, it doesn't. Kane is required for TR, so never mind. Ped's dead. Sorry, everyone. No, actually, good for them. I'm glad. But yeah, so I Mirror would be annoying because that isolates all your mirror checks plus Swamp Palace, and that's just gross. And so hopefully Kane on Catfish.
That just means more Rando that we all get to enjoy today.
That is true. Yeah, so here's Catfish. The time it's going to take them to do Hera Basement, which I think you don't leave at this point, and Spike Cave is just not enough time for us to walk through the long way of desert, to go get our Cane of Samaria on Catfish, to Icebreaker. There's just just too much left to do for Sean, and we're at a sword disadvantage unless we find one in GT. So it's looking a little grim.
Yeah, especially when the sword difference is Master versus Tempered, because Tempered to Golden's not a huge difference, but Master to Tempered, definitely a big difference.
Oh no! Seed, I hate you. Oh man, the runners, they're just cursing. That is just not what you want to see. I mean, I think, there's a non-zero chance that going over to for John and Sean to go to Mire area and just see if we can get it out of Checkerboard Cave and finish Desert, and that's exactly what they're gonna do. Look, I know my buddy John.
I know him. I feel like sometimes the Catfish needs to play like a womp womp sound effect when it shoots outside him.
Yep. But I actually do like this play, especially having Desert not completed. You can go here. You can finish this. If this is Kane, I mean, you're in go mode. You get that mirror. There's a lot of things you can go do. Kane there would have been excellent for John and Sean. They're gonna go ahead, it looks like, and finish Desert while they're here, which I think is fair. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna flute away. I don't think it hurts either way. So this is Swamp. K45, Bombo's Tablet, Swamp. They'll do it in that order, almost certainly. Oh no, are we...
Also...
Oh, that is a mean rock.
Those rocks just show up the worst time.
Are we gonna go straight into Swamp? No, we are in fact gonna do K45 into Swamp. That could be a turning point, everyone. Like if Kane is not in Swamp Palace, and what we do see is Kane in 45 or on Bombo's tablet, and say we go into Swamp on Vortex's side and Bread-kun's side, and we stay out of there. Oh, look at that. That is a pretty gross lamp. But if we avoid it, if we're able to avoid Swamp versus going to Swamp, right? That's a big chunk of time that Sean really is going to need. But it looks like we're going to go get our other sword off of Smith Chain, do Bombo's Purple Chest into Bombo's Tablet. This is a fair play, given, what little is left. We don't really want to go into Swamp, but we definitely have the knowledge that we have 2 mirror checks, we have Bombos. It's a pretty gross sequence here. It's unfortunate.
Well, Mirror and Flute make it at least a little bit more bearable.
Yeah, Graveyard Ledge is really isolated. Wouldn't surprise me if we see Graveyard Ledge after Purple Chest from Sean. But then again, maybe not. Or if we walk it up there, right? I don't usually like that, but sometimes it makes sense. This is one of the few situations where I think it's questionable if you take it over there to check Graveyard Ledge, just to not isolate it. Just last location, shut Swamp. Yeah, Amerith, that's what I'm just talking about. I see in your chat there, and I don't know. It takes a long time. Maybe you say it's dead. We'll see. We are going to walk it over. The fact that we are not killing it and bringing it down says that we're going up. We're going to walk it all the way to Graveyard Ledge. Well, run it if we got some hookshotting to do. So Graveyard Ledge would be really good for Kane, for John and Sean. I think the only way you get there on Vortex and Bread-kun side before doing Swamp is if you do it right after you get the mirror. So Kane here makes this a race again. So, you know, if you want to see a really close race, I think we really need to see Kane here, or we've got problems. And no Kane. So Kane's in Swamp Palace or on Bombo's tablet, which will likely both get checked by Bread-kun on the way out. Yeah, and so this is gonna just flute to, well, run up. It's faster. I don't know what's faster. Actually, I think running up is faster. Because you can dash.
Couldn't tell you, but I feel like dashing up is probably faster.
I think the fastest way is actually to dash up and then dash up and then again and then dash right. If I had to guess. So are we gonna check? No, we're not gonna check Graveyard Ledge. Yeah, we're gonna go check Graveyard Ledge. See, this was the only time we were gonna get that, and so you know we're not gonna lose now because of that. So big question on my mind for John and Sean is whether or not they feel behind enough after that mistake in Ice Palace that they think that, you know, hey, maybe we'll Hail Mary the check on left side Swamp and hope that Kane is left side Swamp. There's Kane. We're gonna avoid Swamp, and so we need to check Bombo's tablet prior to doing Swamp Palace, or that's a big old time chunk. But I imagine we will. So this is a little closer, but I still think we've got a pretty sizable lead from Bread-kun.
Yeah, and that's all going to hinge on whether Bread-kun checks Bombos before Swamp Palace.
Yep, that's the question. If we want to race, we want them not to, but they have 2 checks left in the game other than Swamp, and I very much doubt that they will go not check Bombo's tablet first here, or at least K45 into Bombo's tablet, right? And so we're going to be behind, I would say we're going to be behind about a cold stare fight and an entire desert back on Sean's side.
Which, if Bread goes for the full clear of Swamp Palace, that definitely no. No, it's K45 first.
Yeah, there's almost no way that we skip Bombo's tablet. It's the last check they have in the game, other than Swamp Palace. And so I feel like there's almost no way you skip Bombo's tablet unless they're really feeling like we're gonna skip Bombo's tablet, and that's their one skip of the game, and it just happens that it's the skip they cannot make.
Very nicely done. No buffer icebreaker.
And so here's the big moment of truth. Are we going to get our Kane, or are we going to skip it and go into Swamp Palace? I think, given that we do not have the mirror out, this is going to be Bombo's tablet, almost certainly. Oh, maybe not. Maybe yes. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is very unfortunate. This has made this race much, much closer. I actually think that this flips the logic, or flips the race. I think that Sean, despite Ice Palace, has now taken a lead, given that we're going to go into Swamp Palace.
Oh, boy, because, yeah, Desert and Maya are going to be just a 1-2. Plus, you can go mode Maya and go mode Desert.
I cannot believe that they didn't check Bombo's tablet. We'll have to ask about this after the race, despite this, regardless of the outcome. I kind of want to hear the reasoning because it does surprise me. We have nothing.
Sean's revenge.
Hey, sword and swamp, of course. It's going to be a sword advantage, but I do not think that Sean is going to care. That sword advantage is meaningless if you can do the 1-in-1 to Ganon with the tempered sword.
Like I was saying, like the sword difference between tempered and golden is pretty insignificant compared to master or tempered.
Yeah, I would honestly say that there is no difference at all. And we're gonna buy what, bombs and arrows? Why are we buying bombs and arrows? Okay, cool.
Now, I still don't think it's enough, but what if Bread also finds silvers in here?
I've seen Sean's Ganon. I don't think it's enough at this point.
Man, just it's amazing how this game can just flip in a mere second.
Yeah, no, I mean, we called it out. I mean, we said, hey, unless they skip this, it's real bad. And they managed to skip the one thing. Will they go back in for left side? Right now, if we don't go back in for left side, I think that, this race is very close. Very, very close still. Because we still have to do the back of desert for Sean and John. And so the question is whether they go back for left side. And I think they have so few items left that they're obligated to go back. Especially if they get a
2
map
items
or a compass. Yeah.
We got 2 items on left side swamp. So oh boy.
Yeah, I don't see how you possibly skip them. Yeah, because the only items they have left in Logic in the entire game, they have Pedestal. No, not Pedestal. Why did I say Pedestal? Pedestal's not, it's dead. Stop it. It's dead.
Pedestal can't hurt you, Vex.
I know. But yeah, so the only thing they have left in Logic are the 2 checks here on left side. 2, maybe even 3 items, depending on the big key here. And we've got Bombo's tablet, right? And so it is very unfortunate that I don't see skipping left side. Like, you're committing to going back in. And 3 items in left side versus one item on Bombo's tablet, right? Let's see our Vitreous kill here. Sean's been working on this, I know. Hey, 0 cycle Vitreous. That's real good from a Mentee. Been practicing. Looks great.
Going back in.
Yeah, there's no skipping left side. You've got 3 checks in the game, or 4 items left in the game that are in Logic. You know it has to be the cane. And 3 of them are in Swamp. I'm very, very shocked that they didn't do Bombo's tablet prior to doing Swamp Palace. It's literally the only thing that can burn you. And you wouldn't think that at this point the difference, right, is enough going over to Bombo's tablet that you would think that you'd be either that far ahead or behind that far into a race. So I would like to point out that we're 127, almost 100, or almost an hour 28 into the seed, and the runners have basically full cleared the game every check except for the cane check, right? So this is the cream of the crop of the mentor tournament this year. This is some good rando racing that's going on.
Yeah, there's reasons these 2 are 5-0. They are the best this tournament has to offer right now.
So I will say that Bread-kun really wants to see silver arrows here on the left side of Swamp. Without that, I think that the lead is nearly insurmountable. But with the silvers, it may still be a race given GT routing. and if Sean fails this hard on Landmo, that could also swing the race.
All right, that is crystal number 7. Do you know what time it is, Vex?
It's time for the Ganon's Tower guessing game. I'll allow you to explain. I know you love to, so.
Oh yeah, I always do. So, in Ganon's Tower basement, we are looking for that big key so we can climb up the tower. There are 22 chests. One of them has our big key. Get your guesses in the chat for which one is going to have our big key. What do you like to guess, Vex?
I'm a 7 fan, but I know that Sean will likely. Sean likes Dark Magician strats. I'm gonna be honest. Oh, look at the Waffle House drive-through. I love that thing. That's strat. But yeah, no, I'm a big fan of like number 7. You know.
Well, I think we've established that I am a lover of chaos and evil, so I always vote 22.
You're a madman.
Yeah, I use my power for good though.
And so, a little tad bit of optimization here. I actually do think it's faster if you don't have the TR portal open. It is faster to go through Super Bunny, even optimally. Right. If you do have the Turtle Rock open, I think it's several seconds faster if you actually go through Paradox. But in this case, we don't have TR open. This is faster. Waffle House drive-through, Ken. So if you get a spin speed on the screen with all of the rocks, the NMG fast strat for that is to run the spin speed up and around because it's faster than jumping off the ledge, and then you can take your spin speed all the way into the screen transition. There was a runner called Waffle House back in the day, and he had an experience on that screen. His name is Waffle House, and so now that strategy in that room is affectionately called Waffle House drive-through.
God, it's so satisfying to pull that off. Mostly because my hatred for Dead Rocks is known, and anytime I can stick it to Dead Rocks is a personal win.
So Amerith pointing out, actually, it is still faster to open TR, or not open TR, but take the TR portal, even if you haven't already done it. Arior timed it, and I kind of believe everything Arior says about what's faster.
Yeah, I think Arior's played this once or twice.
Just for reference, Ari holds the NMG world record right now.
Did we botch Spooky?
It looks like it. I actually think we're screwing ourselves up by doing the dash, but maybe not. If you don't get dead rocked, as the man also points out, the being dead rocked is a thing, and it happens a lot. So this is hopeful left for John and Sean, which is what I expected. We have not found the big key. We have checked Hope Room, so that's 2. We've checked the torch, that's 3. We've checked the 4 in Stalfos Room. That's 7. We've checked 2 others, 8 and 9. We're going on 10, 11, 12 here, I think, and 13.
I think I remember seeing a discussion. I think it was Structural Mike who, like in the main randomizer Discord, like the time saves and losses for GT routing. I think doing the Dunker routing, Dark Magician routing, whatever you want to call it, is the best route at avoiding catastrophic time loss. If I remember reading that right.
Yeah, I believe that technically Rando Rush, just going straight into Rando Room, is actually the quickest way to get to the big key. It's actually the most statistically likely to get you there. Getting a boost from the Beetle. Love it. Skip the portal.
That's one way to do it. Some new metagame strats right there.
All right, so that's 14. See if this thing's behind Ice Armos. That's a good Ice Armos quick kill, it looks like, as long as I don't jinx him. Oh, we got it. Okay. Good enough.
Very nice.
There's a small key. There's another item, and then there's silver arrows. All right, so no silver arrow difference is going to make a difference. If you're a Bread-kun fan right now, you want to see, absolutely you want to see the Dark Magician strategy, since there was no key in Hope Room. So Dark Magician is the fastest way to get us to the big key if it's on the right side. If the big key is not on the right side, however, we want to see the Tile Room gamble. Because if we see the Tile Room gamble and that's where the big key is, this race is going to be real close. And you know that Bread-kun probably feels quite behind. They literally last located go mode in the worst possible way with a full cleared, useless Swamp Palace. And so we'll see if we decide that we're so far behind, we're doing a Tile Room gamble. Because I think if that's the case, then we're going to be in Tile Room at exactly the same time.
Nope.
But we need to see a Dark Magician strategy. Why are we checking chests? This is pointless. We're going to go grab the key anyways.
I guess they were probably looking for that key. Or maybe gold.
I guess we just don't want to kill the Helmosaur. That's fine. So we're getting hope full left from Bread-kun, so this is the slowest possible way to the big key in this instance. So not gonna make up time here against Sean, who is beginning the climb.
Yeah, I played Link Between Worlds again recently, and this is probably the best track in the game. Low Roll Castle. I personally think it's an underutilized concept in gaming for climatic areas to, as you progress, add more instruments as the area moves on. The only two examples I can think of are Low Roll Castle from Link Between Worlds and the final boss fight from the first Jak and Daxter game.
I guess to the point, I mean, you did mention it. So Bread-kun's sound is who we're using, and that it is the Link Between Worlds MSU. As we see our gauntlet climb here, and a very useless map check. Utilizing that half magic to do some of these rooms faster. Oh, missing the boomerang strategy on Bread-kun's side over here in the Gaina's Tower big key segment. That's a fairly clean gauntlet, to be honest, from Sean. It's pretty good. Ooh, getting the short op. Unfortunate.
Yeah, with GT, I'm usually a subscriber to Dark Magician routing.
Yeah, I don't know. I switch it up. I'm gonna be honest. I will do Dark Magician. I will do Hope left. I will do Hope key right. I will do Rando rush. I could care less what route I do, and I just pick when I go into the tower, and I just decide. And that way, I know when it can metagame me in tournaments. Not that I'm probably good enough that people care to try to metagame me.
I know if anyone tries to metagame me, good luck. Anyone doing research on me for like metagame purposes are just gonna go, oh, he's just not very good. Nah, but I have fun.
You know what? That's what's important. We all just want to have fun. It's just nice to have fun when you feel like you're doing well.
And that was mostly something. Like, there was a period where I kind of felt like that consistently, but the past few months have been pretty good for me.
Oh, a Moldorm 2 fall. Oh no.
I don't know, a few more of those.
It's going to take a lot at this point, I think. All right, so Bread-kun on their way over to the Ganon's Tower, big key over there on the compass room side of Ganon's Tower. As we're about to enter the Aga fight here for Sean. So we were about a climb difference, and so this is in the realm of 3 Ganon falls or so. 3 late ones. Yeah, already Walsh, I'm 100% with you. The best Ganon's Tower route is just do what you're feeling in the moment.
Ooh, nice triple.
Don't let people tell you what to do. That was a good triple. That was a pretty good Aga 2 fight. Couldn't have gotten a 2 cycle anyways. Got a blue ball.
The best GT route is just whatever I feel like on that given day. All right, time for the showdown with the pig.
All right, let's see it. Don't prove me wrong when I said your Ganon was pretty good. Oh, there we go. We failed.
You brought shame to VeXtopher.
You brought shame to Vex. Very upset. Reset it. Let's see the real strat. Good try. This is an attempt. I'll give it to him. We may have got it. No, we did not. We did not. We're gonna use our blue potion. Shame, shame, Sean. I will be sure to chastise him after this in private.
You're talking Sean or John?
Oh, Sean.
Okay.
Not John. So contrary to popular belief, us mentors cannot help during a race with boss fight execution. Although sometimes we may wish that we could.
Just astral project onto your mentee's body. Just take the reins.
Orange, I really like the Ganon's Fall metric idea. I think we should definitely change that to a real thing. I'm going to go ahead and say that we are 3 GFs or 2 GFs, maybe 2 at this point, away from finishing.
As long as we don't use the metric system.
GFs, Ganon Falls. All right, let's get our GGs in chat for our Swiss round champions here. That would be Sean, secretly a sliver. GGs in the chat.
Yes, get your GGs.
Finishing with a race time of 1:42.26. And a list of things we need to work on. I've written it down.
And
always be improving.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because nobody's perfect. So Sean will take the #1 seed going into brackets as the top seed of the Gold Sword bracket. We'll see if we can get an interview with Sean here in just a moment.
Yeah, I'm sure we can get him in. I'll tell him. I think we're close enough. Let's just wait. We'll get both runners and hopefully both mentor sets in at the same time here. We'll give them get them together.
I'm sure you probably track down John after the game anyway. I'm curious where that red mail was. I guess it's on one of those top checks or maybe tile room.
Yeah.
It's just not much to go on. All right, very good Aga 2 fight from Bread-kun.
All right, we're gonna drop into the pig here. Get the last pig of their Swiss lives. Well, mentor tournament Swiss. I'm sure we probably will enter other Swiss tournaments. See if Bread-kun can outshine Sean in the Ganon fight. Oh, we have a gold sword. This isn't a fair contest.
I always love it. Sometimes when I'm like overloaded for Ganon fights, I just go, pardon the pun, but I go ham. Like with zero regard for my own safety.
All right. Just 4 more silver arrows away. Or is it 3? I don't know. Did we get the first one?
I think we did.
There we go. Did. There's 3. It's a good fight.
Oh, pedestal was red mail.
Oh, here we go. Unknown hat.
I guess that's the shirt of Evil's Bane. Yeah, that's alright boat placement. Let's get GG's in the chat for Bread-kun, who finishes with the official race time of 1:46.25. Alright, so we got Sean on standby. We'll see if Brad and the mentors want to get in. Oh, never mind. There's Sean now.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, GG, Sean. Congratulations on taking the 1 seed.
Yeah, thank you. GG to Bread whenever they join.
So, what are some of your thoughts? Like, I know that that cane hunt was a bit of a doozy.
Yeah, when your cane, or it was like cane bombos go for something like 35 minutes and everything's just coming up empty. It's like, it kind of eats at you a little bit, but just play the game and it works.
I also want to hear about that Ice Palace mom jump.
We'll see. What had happened was, I was just 1 pixel off every time, and I forgot that the select menu exists, so.
Bah. We'll show you the lineup. You, anyways, all right, sweet. Gonna move our other racer and his mentor and their mentor in. Welcome, Vortex and Bread. GG's.
Hi, hello.
GG.
Hello, GG.
I want to know when did you check Catfish? That's my
Very,
first
very
question.
late.
Well, see, Sean. The only thing that Sean had left when they checked Catfish was the
Smith
pod.
chain.
Big was the Smith chain and I think pod big chest, right?
Yeah, because I saved and quit out of the saved and quit. I did an oops.
Sean forgot the big chest and pod, which I'm not gonna let you get away with. Sorry, I gotta call you out. But
Yeah, I mean that's just like spacing out. Like I had already checked and knew that I didn't have the map. So I'm like, okay, there's only one chest left that we're gonna check. It has to be the map. We're saving and quitting, but
yes.
I forgot that the boss also has an item.
Yeah, so I will, I guess, preface this comment with the fact that I'm sure at this point, Vortex and Bread, you probably know the big difference here.
Yep. I suspect so. Like, either you got the mirror early and you did Turtle Rock to get it, like if you had the mirror to do things efficiently, yeah. But yes, I'll be quiet. But yeah, we
Yeah.
suspect that we know it was Swamp.
Yeah, it was just straight up swamp. So I guess the big story here is that Sean made an early play into Ice Palace just on Fighter Sword prior to doing a lot of stuff, and ended up getting that flute pretty early, but locked themselves in the bottom of Ice Palace because we had a bit of a trouble with the Ice Palace bomb jump on that Fighter Sword. I guess the lineup was struggled a little bit. We'll learn, but so that left Cold Stare pretty isolated, and we'd also already dipped Desert on Sean's side, so they hadn't killed Land Mode because we didn't have the glove yet or Fire, and so those two bosses you guys pretty much had ahead for the entirety of the race, and you were basically ahead the entire race until you skipped just Bombo's tablet out of all the checks in the game.
Yeah.
So what was the thought? I guess I'm curious. Like, what was the main thought for leaving a single check that's right next to you before going into the swamp?
I was thinking of doing Bombos. Vortex brought up Swamp has density, and last locating Swamp would be it's statistically likely to be in Swamp at this point.
I was throwing out the numbers game, and I was talking about efficiently last locating, but kind of thinking about it, like that would make sense if we had checks that were other places to do Swamp than Bombos if that was our first area. But the literal only other thing we had was Checkerboard.
Yeah, that was kind of my thought.
So,
yeah, you're right. I forgot that you guys hadn't checked Checkerboard either. And so my thought when it happened, I was pretty shocked because I was thinking, that we were really pretty late in the game, right? Like it was pretty much nothing left, 2 checks.
Yeah.
And so to me, I was thinking, the amount of time it takes you to check Bombos. But hey, everyone makes skips, and sometimes it's the wrong skip, and yeah, that happens to everyone. Believe me. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I will say that it's very obvious that both of you practiced bomb escape. That was actually fun to see. I know that Brad, you had a little bit of trouble with the second key guard.
Yeah,
but,
I thought I had hit A and opened the chest already. I slightly mistimed the input. I picked up the bomb and went, oh no, shit.
Yeah, but you both did the exact same strats in the bomb rooms basically, and both got good strats throughout except for that one room, and so the only real difference in escape was literally that room. Other than that, it was like a really clean bomb escape from both runners, and so that's pretty impressive for coming from Minties, right? I'll say the execution in general, minus the the mistake on the Ice Palace bomb jump, but generally I would say that execution-wise, this was a very good race to watch. I mean, it was a fight the whole way. There was no obvious difference in either of your execution, right? It was A 3-game series between you guys would be a real fun watch.
It might come to that. I honestly don't know how the brackets are seated in the slightest bit. It could easily come to that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's going to depend on some Buchholz math and some tiebreaker math.
Boy,
depending.
math I'm not good at.
So it kind of depends on who your opponents were and who you beat. That also ends up at 5-1, right? And so that's the first tiebreaker. And so if somebody has more wins over people at the same record at 5-1, then they would be seated higher than you, regardless of the rest of your strength of schedule. The only thing we know for sure right now is that Sean is the 1 seed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts? Anybody got any other thoughts on the seed in general? I mean,
not really. Like, I mean, the sequence break to Death Mountain before touching the Dark World was like a huge payoff.
Oh yeah, that paid off in spades.
If you don't do that, you're probably still in this seat at like 155 or 2 hours. Like,
yeah, that's a good point.
fire rod.
You might do.
You might get. I was gonna say you might get Catfish and Mirror.
Yeah. So the reason.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the reason we avoided Catfish for so long is we were convinced it was Lamp to put the entirety of Mountain into Logic at that point. Didn't really consider Mirror as a possibility to after we finished Hera and Spike Cave and going, wait a second. Shit, did we miss something? Wait. It could be the Mirror. Oh.
I said, yeah, it's Mirror. Like, because I was extremely confused because finding Flute and Ice, since Ice access was mountain locked, it either had to be a bow or Lamp on Catfish.
Oh yeah, you know what? I guess you knew 100% it was Mirror after you went to Meyer and did not get the cane, right? Or did not get the lamp or the cane, right?
No, like Hera could have because like Catfish had the lamp. Yeah, Hera was our last thing, but yes, after we did everything else, then it was like Mirror was the only thing it could be.
Yeah. After you did Hera, you would have known it had to be Mirror because like you literally there was nowhere the cane could be behind lamp. Yes. So if it was lamp, it didn't open anything.
Right.
So yeah, I mean,
we were actually convinced that lamp was on Smith chain, and that you would have to do that mirrorless.
Yeah, we did that very early and I think very efficiently. Like
I liked it.
It was very nice to have that checked off, but
yeah, I thought the way that you guys did it was great.
Because after the mountain, we did the initial mountain trip. We went back to Link's house, entered Dark World, hype to left, grab Smith left to turn in to do the boots checks.
Yeah, I think that's what made it such a good route was the boots checks getting wrapped in with it. I think that was actually very, very well routed.
Yeah, so I mushroom with King's Tomb, powder with Smith, which is like basically ideal there. So
yeah, I just figured that that the boots were the progression item, so I just went straight to the boot checks, which ended up I ended up doing that in reverse, and Smiths did not seem very appealing to me at the time. So
yeah,
they never saw appealing. They never seemed appealing, but it was with how early your Dark World access was and how much you had access to. It could very easily been, oh, is this going to be just a disgusting mirror is on fucking Smith? Like, it's very easily possible.
Or in GT, like there was no guarantee that we were ever going to get mirror. So like that's something that plays in those situations where it's like, well, this stinks.
Yeah. Now I will say, as a on a lighter note, at the beginning of the seed, we've decided that we should rename Saha's closet into Saha's glove box. Saha's glove compartment.
I like it.
I don't think I've ever seen 2 gloves in Saha's closet. I think that was pretty great.
I've never seen 2 gloves in the same place in like 99% of seeds.
I think I've seen it like once in Paradox Cave, but or Mini Moldorm, probably both. But I don't think I've ever actually seen them in a 3-check location, both gloves.
Yeah, John was actually halfway through asking, okay, if we get one glove or just a hammer here, are we still doing Eastern? And then by the time he finished the sentence, I had opened the second glove, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah, but overall, I mean, honestly, this was a pretty good race. And then, it even was, slightly close at the end, even with the swamp thing. It really stinks actually the way that swamp was laid out for you guys because 3 items, you just can't leave 3 items with only 2 outside,
I mean, yeah,
Um,
we weren't gonna leave once we went in,
Yep,
regardless.
exactly.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
if you make the swamp play, you may as well just commit to it at that point.
Yep. That's what I
basically
was
like
kind of saying.
you just try to cut some corner when you like hard last locate mirror. Like there are a lot of worlds where like Sean didn't do Smith chain, for instance. Like
Oh, we did it. They did it eventually.
so we had done extra stuff, but like you don't entirely think of the hypotheticals for losing time. So you just try to maybe cuts. I actually wanted to go into swamp before doing either Cave 45 or Bombos tablet, and turns out that the only things of any use at all were those two. But
You got a butter sword. That was useful, right?
yeah, that's.
I mean, I guess, but
I think you would
tempered
have
is
won and
just
one without
fine.
it.
Yeah, I'm fairly comfortable doing the 1-on-1. I would have been fine going in with just tempered into Ganon.
Speaking of, Sean, what happened?
I was backing up too far, and I got hit. That's what threw it off.
Gotcha. Yeah, so to everybody watching, I think the moral of story is it's never over till it's over. We got both runners last locating things, and it still was a reasonably close race. Given the mistakes, right? You could easily have given up, Sean, after that Ice Palace thing. I have that problem though. If I myself, right? I have a problem where I think it's over, and I might be out of it for the rest of the race in a race that could be winnable. And so you guys showed some perseverance despite either the mistakes or the last locating items.
Yeah, like no matter what you're going through in a seed, like you never know what your opponent's going through.
Yeah, kind of like I just kept repeating like the Fire Rod location. Fire Rod's in Thieves Town Big Chest. Like if they went straight to Thieves Town after getting the mitts, then that's it. Like so, I had an out. So just play the game. Always finish.
Yeah, that fire rod would have been a pretty gross last looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the. I mean that. Interestingly, I might have, because I forgot the bow was also on the mountain, because that's why we chose, like, why we didn't do ice, because like our ice palace access was locked by the mountain, and flute could be our mountain access kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we at that point we were trying to search earlier spheres for flute. We were like, okay, if flute is mountain access, then pod could be in play. Then this could be in play. I mean,
We
it could just be lamp, but I mean, at that
almost
point,
left
50-50.
pod, but we might have done catfish if I had remembered that the bow was also mountain locked, and like catfish was.
Oh well, we figured it like after we got down. I was like, wait a second, wait, hold on, this is bow locked. I mean,
So
granted, it could have just been on catfish, but as far as we knew, but.
So we knew mountain access was on catfish, and at that point we were like, okay, let's do crystals. If it's flute, we know where it is. We have the mountain save and quit point. We like Ice Palace is our other one. Like we know where it is if we need it. If we find lamp in those places, so I don't really regret that decision or going into pod instead entirely, but.
Yeah, I mean, I think the pod play, like The pod play was fine, and then it was well, we're already here. I guess we may as well commit to it, which turned out to be the right play. I mean, you had to get the bombos.
Yeah, I actually wanted to leave after I figured out it was bow locked, and John kind of talked me out of that, and it worked. Got
Yeah.
bombos.
Yeah, because you only had one medallion, no flute. Well, we didn't have flute, no cane at that point, so it was it was reasonably possible. That
I had pyramid and catfish that I was spying up.
we
so.
checked pyramid and made catfish a hard
Yeah.
orphan.
We checked pyramid because it was we know that red crystals can't lead to anything, so
Right.
we may as well just knock this out real quick before we head into pod. It could just be chilling there.
With flute, it makes sense. I imagine that you went straight to pod because you just flute to 5 and you're right there. So.
All right. Well, any final thoughts? Actually, you know what? We'll talk brackets. What are you guys thinking going into brackets? I mean, you're both guaranteed the gold bracket for sure. How are you gonna feel mentorless by yourselves and best of 3s?
Honestly, I'll feel pretty. I mean, I feel pretty confident doing solo. I mean, I've been running ladder races for fun, and those have been going fairly well on my own.
Yeah, I think I've seen a lot of mentees up on the ladder lately. It's good to see. It's good to see that everyone's enjoying the game, feeling confident. It's good. How about you, Sean?
I've also been doing ladder races. Haven't been going quite as well, but and dailies when I can, SG dailies when I can. So, I'm definitely used to not having a mentor. So I think I'll be all right.
All right. Well, I think that's about it for now. I don't have any more questions. How about you, Lucien?
No, I think we've said everything we need to say.
But yeah, GG's to both runners. Congratulations, Sean, on the win and the final 1 seed, the only undefeated Swiss runner. And congratulations, Bread-kun, for getting this far to begin with. Congrats both on gold brackets, and I think we'll see you guys both in the brackets. Hopefully, both of you go far. See maybe even the run back.
Yeah, get a rematch.
Run back finals. That would be fun.
That's all from me.
Yeah, so that's all from us. I actually don't have the power to raid right now on the channel, but Zelda Speedruns 3 right now I think has a cross keys match from the cross keys tournament going on, and so if you want some more Zelda randomizer, you can head on over to there and watch some more cross keys. Other than that, I think that's good. Be sure to follow the runners, follow the channel, check out the podcast if you're at all interested. Hopefully there'll be some more races coming on later this week in the final rounds of Swiss, and going forward we'll have some bracket matches for you. But as always, we'll be out.